Hi, this is Katie, and I'm reading the Akashic Records and channeling the highest light Reiki energy for the month of June 2022 for the collective energies. I'm also bringing in painting, and this is an energetic painting, so while watching it, you can also receive Reiki energy and then just learn about what's coming through, what I observed. So what I noticed at the beginning was just witnessing people crying, a sense of tears and release, and then a sense of grounding and anchoring really deep into the earth. So it feels like really being with human emotions and allowing to feel and to express. I see a lot of people really expressing emotions, some people banging on their chest, really in the mode of expression. These things that have been pent up and then are now boiling over. And there's an openness. It's kind of like a letdown as well, almost a sense of safety to be able to do that, to create more of a space of healing, a space to really drop into. I get here kind of the words, it's okay to be, everything is about you is completely okay. There is nothing wrong with anything that you feel. So it's permission, and it sort of has like a sobering feeling to it. It's finally getting real, coming down to earth to really grieve, and is slowing down almost from a hyper arousal. So seeing people, hugging, supporting each other, a potential for a heart opening maybe won't happen completely across the board, but I'm seeing that there is potential for people connecting on deeper levels. And it feels like a little bit slower paced energy, still pretty heavy and intense, but a little less amped up. And I see people even apologizing to each other, coming to terms with things, forgiving each other, kind of forgiving even the self-abuse that's been going on and seeing that more clearly. And everything feels, a little bit of connection into the throat chakra. Flashes of the past are sort of coming up quickly and maybe shockingly or surprisingly. And there's a sense of, if we're not in the present and if we're in our thoughts and trying to figure things out and solve problems, our bodies will tell us sort of that we need to be more present, and the throat might become clogged up and make it hard to express if our thoughts are doing that spinning. So there will be more clarity on what's going on and ability or potential, I guess, for untangling the thoughts. So in ways to open the communication. What I saw too was it literally was like a big knotted thing, and it's been collected over time, has all these things collected into it. And the idea is that we all have that, and we're just sitting with it piece by piece, starting to pull it out and take our time to really untangle it, focusing in on that. And that's going to help unclog the mind and the throat and being able to hear other people as well. So being able to take in information, and the mind has been clogging that up with old entanglements, old stories, generations, even lifetimes, taking on other people's things. It's just gotten really clogged, and it needs to be seen. So it's all right there. It's more accessible than it's been, and it could be simplified by just seeing it. Keep returning to that, and that's all you have to do. It feels like it's complicated and chaotic, but if you can just focus on untangling, creating a mindful space of seeing, letting the clarity come through as you sit with it, as you sit with the thoughts, basically, and trusting it will not expecting it to happen all at once. It's not going to happen in a flash. It's going to take a while. And this is just the beginning. And I see this light coming in at this point, and it's a column of light that surrounds us. Each person is surrounded, and it helps to keep us focused. Like, we're not going to be able to see it, but it's more laid back. It's not as intense because we've shifted. We're more willing to see now, so we can see it now. Whereas before it was like we were in the dark trying to untie these knots and tangles, where you couldn't see what we were doing. So now this light makes it so much easier to unravel it, but it's a balance because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to see. We've also been getting used to it though. So getting used to that light, and we're also bigger now. We're larger than life, a little bit, and we're all doing this. Some of us are further along. Some of us have almost fully unknotted, and the knots are getting really close, and some are just beginning. So it's just different stages and levels, and it's not better or worse, just timing all, really divinely orchestrated. And now that we have all this light on us and around us and inside of us, so it's what we do with it. We don't have to do anything with it, but it's just going to feel really peaceful when we do. We don't have to. But when one person untangles their knot, it will happen more easily and rapidly for them and for others. We're all affected by each other. So really don't give up is another message. And I see once people have unraveled theirs, it's this snake of yarn and it turns into beautiful colors and it moves and it's energetic and potent and powerful and rainbowy, and then it's burned in the fire. It's released and shed, and there's this phoenix rising ashes starts to form its burst of light dancing energies, and it's a sense of being able to let go of the old and moving into the new. And it's really a ceremony. So what I got a lot of was that there's a need for a ceremony, for things to be treated with more reverence and to really honor this transformative process that we're all in. And I was seeing lots of laughter, bubbly feeling, present, enjoyable space, not doing. There's just this flow. So after the burning ceremony, basically you can move into more of like a water and more of a feminine energy, it felt like, in order to be able to also balance into this more masculine rebuilding, doing potential. So then I see strings coming down from the sky, and they're also colorful, almost like prayers. It's like we all need to be in ceremony, come together, and witness each other and learn the different levels, almost like different stages of grief in a way, stages of healing. And it's not shaming, it's a whole new way. This is just what we do. It's the initiation of this new way of life, and it's just what we're supposed to be doing. It's not shaming, it's just a new way of it. And some people may not want to do that right away. They may want to do their own thing and be more independent, and that's okay too. But those strings coming down, they feel like support, community, higher, spiritual support and guidance. It's just there for us. And the sense of having to do things all alone or, is just not, we don't need to look at it that way anymore. And just feels like this sense of ceremony and maybe community is just going to start to become more of the norm, about a bit of like a prayer and a common love, new ideas, new insights coming through, and these connections, things coming out of the woodwork, feeling a bit more of stillness in this month and clarity, but still pretty heavy, things just coming through, reaping the benefits of a lot of hard labor, hard work, a lot of movement. And there will still be some fear, but a lot less response to it, just naming or being able to see and name our responses more. So a lot of questioning, a lot of unraveling, really waking up, and so many layers to that process, and it's all happening exactly as it's supposed to. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and I look forward to sharing more in the future. Be well.